Hello! To people finding my channel for the first time, I'm AmazzonKane. I'm a writer, I'm obsessed with Angela Anaconda, I do rewatch videos, and my ultimate goal is to run an official reboot of the series. A lot of people ask me, why do I like Angela Anaconda so much? Especially because it's a show that was the internet's punching bag for many, many years. A lot of it's around the art style, which I've always loved. I've always loved the art style, thought it was unique. It looks like a moving, talking yearbook, and I love it for that. But the real reason I love it so much, and people who know my work will know this, I talk about it a lot, but I thought I'd make an easy video to answer this question. I love that Angela's allowed to get angry, and that's the show. This is someone who deals with bullying and has a revenge fantasy every episode and then stands up for herself. And I love that she's allowed to fully express her anger in all its weird, creative, vengeful, violent glory. I love the creativity of the revenge fantasies. I like that that's where Angela fully expresses herself. She takes control. And it shows anger as a positive thing, as a healthy thing, as a good thing, as a normal thing. People have called her a sociopath for years because of the revenge fantasies, because she gets angry, and she's really not that. She doesn't really harm anyone in the show. She really doesn't do that. Anger is a misunderstood emotion and can be a really awesome thing when used right, and Angela Anaconda is a really misunderstood show. I like the fact that it's specifically bullying she deals with that gets her so frustrated. Like a normal, functioning, healthy person. That's what I dealt with. I dealt with bullying for many, many years, and one girl in particular used to do everything in her power to get me angry. This girl used to throw my toys in the woods and insult everything I liked and constantly be provoking me into getting angry. And then when I actually did, she would turn around and say, "You have anger management issues." Whenever I got angry, I was punished for it. I was told, "Oh, time heals all wounds, oh, forgive and forget." I was, like I said, told I had anger management issues when I really didn't. And I was always punished for standing up for myself, for saying something, for speaking up. So, on a deep level, Angela being called a sociopath by people who don't understand the show very much reminds me of me being told I had anger management issues for standing up to a bully. So I relate to it on a very deep level, not just what she does in the show, but for how people have misunderstood this show for many years. I do think people really want to love this show. I think a few things are lost in translation, and that's why it should come back, because it can be done better today. I think we would appreciate a show about anger and how productive and amazing and wonderful it can be today, more so than when it came out 20 years ago. And I specifically relate that the fact Angela's bully, Nanette, all of my bullies were girls like her. They didn't look like her, but they acted like her. Not the fake French thing, but the fact that Nanette is always someone who goes out of her way to harm Angela. The fact that she is somebody who's fake. That's the big thing about Nanette. She's fake. And she's putting on an act, and she acts like she's above her emotions. She acts like she's above everything. And people buy into her crap. And I really understand that. I've known so many people like Nanette over the years, so that character, even the design, Nanette's not, while she seems like she's in control, she's really a caricature of this fake, innocent, doll-like person that everyone always lets get away with being awful and never held accountable for her actions. So that frustration that Angela feels that comes out in the revenge fantasies is really, really cathartic. It's a cathartic show that's very entertaining. I love so dearly. I loved it then. And Angela and I look alike too. There is a striking physical resemblance. We look alike, we think alike. I relate to it so dearly. And that's the thing. I really do think we would appreciate a show about anger nowadays more than we did in the 90s. Even nowadays, I still come across people who have this, oh, forgive and forget, oh, let it go, oh, you gotta forgive in order to have peace. No, you don't. But I do think it's important to at least understand anger. I think it's important to really have an outlet for it and have that catharsis and have that validation, because it is something everybody feels, and it doesn't make you a bad person for feeling that way. But it's what you do about it. Angela in this show never harms anybody. In the best episodes, she takes a small victory. And that's always something I really liked. Whereas there are times Nanette wins, but Angela finds a small victory on her own. She takes a little bit of power and control back in her life. And she finds that. I think that's a really, really cool thing to have. I think it's such a great show. It's such a relevant show. It's such a unique show. Even to this day, I don't see anything like this. I see a lot of shows that are positive. I don't see as much trying to understand the negative. Because anger itself is not a bad thing, it's what you do about it. And with Angela, I found the creativity and the productivity with the anger that came from what she dealt with. And she didn't just deal with Nanette, she had other antagonists. She had an awful teacher. I mean, I think everybody to some extent has had that one teacher who just did not like them and made their lives harder. And she had her older brothers, and who hasn't had problems with family? I mean, everybody has. So it's such a show that makes me personally very, very happy that it exists. Very happy it's out in the world, and very happy to help people understand. I hope that answers your questions. I love this show. I believe very, very strongly in this. Animation updates will be coming next week. I am working on updating the animation. It's looking amazing. I'm excited. I love this show, and I hope you guys can at least have an understanding of why.